10 questions, 10 minutes. We got to stay on time. Jimmy, what do we got for buzzers?
Uh-oh, here comes Sneezes.
Here comes Dr. Schneezes. I literally spent 15 minutes scouring the Patriots website trying to find a trainer or doctor named Schneezes. Turned out, Zoe wasn't saying, because Drake May was lying on the turf, hurt. And Zoe goes, oh, Jesus, here comes Schneezes. To which I'm like, who's Schneezes? Is it a team doctor, team trainer? I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So I started looking up on the team directory who Dr. Schneezes was. No. He was announcing to the world he was about to start sneezing. And then he started sneezing. That's literally what happened there. Go ahead.
Bill went to a suck college, and they suck.
Worse. Next.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you poisonous, propagandist a-hole.
There it is. Well said, Danny. Next.
No one should be all that surprised. That's a good D.
I felt the same thing when you said that. Go ahead.
Vic.
You beat the Saints, and Spencer Rattler took a dump on your face.
Imagine that. Go ahead.
Last one.
And by the way, your offensive coordinator, Greg Bedard, is a moron.
Gamblers hate Josh McDaniels.
Seriously.
All right, hit it.
No one should be all that surprised. That's a good D.
Number 10. What play or player or coach? What deserves the most blame for the Giants' blown fourth quarter lead in Denver on Sunday?
Giants defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. That defense was terrible. They gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter. They gave up 18. The team was up 18 with 6 minutes left. Teams were 1,062-0 in that situation, and this was the one defeat.
Their GM, is it Joe Shane? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
For not having a real kicker. So with Graham Gano hurt, they've trotted out this guy they have now the last couple of weeks, fresh off the international pathway. Whee!
Oh, the international pathway.
Brian Daboll doesn't trust him, rightfully so, because he keeps missing extra points and kicks. So when he's not missing kicks like he did at the end of the game, Daboll's got the Giants out there chasing dumb two-point conversions like they did on Sunday when they're up 19-0, not getting them, comes back and gets them. Their GM treating field goal kickers like they're a dime a dozen is why they lose a game like this.
By the way, they mentioned in the telecast that he went to Rutgers. I don't even remember him.
Want to play, Dundero?
I'm with Greg. Shane Bowen, you're up 19-0 in the fourth quarter. You extend that point total to 32, and you can't win. Make a defensive play. That's a disaster.
Next.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you poisonous, propagandist a-hole.
Number 9. What will it take for you to buy into the Colts? Is there anything they can do to get you to buy in to the Indianapolis Colts? Just for the record, they currently lead the league in wins, points, and point differential.
I am in on the Colts to at least make a run to the AFC Championship game, maybe not the Super Bowl. If you remember, this was a team that going into the Dolphins game, I had watched the Dolphins-Colts film, and I was very impressed with the Colts. Like, they're really good on the lines. They got a great running back. The defense is pretty good, and the quarterback's being highly efficient at this point. But at some point, that's going to change.
Win in Kansas City about a month from now if you want me to take you seriously. Otherwise, I can't help but think you're this year's cute story like the Vikings last year or the Dolphins the year before. You get double-digit wins, put up a ton of points, you're out wild card weekend.
One and done, Murray?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Daniel Jones, not good enough. He will come home to roost in the playoffs. He will find a way to mess it up. Not good enough. They are out. I don't even consider them anything.
Next.
Uh-oh, here comes Sneezes.
Here comes Schneezes. Who the hell is that?
Dr. Carl Kleenex.
Did you see Patrick Mahomes' fake 4th-and-1 play on Sunday?
I watched it once you put it on the list.
Okay, unbelievable. In case you missed it out there, initially he was at the line of scrimmage in a 4th and short trying to draw the defense offsides with a hard count. We see it all the time. Well, in the middle of this hard count, trying to draw the defense offsides, he stands up, turns to the bench, and screams at Andy Reid in the bench something like, "This never bleeping works, man," and threw up his hands, acting as if they were going to give up on the play, only to go back under center, snap the ball, and pick up the first down. How would you describe that fake?
I actually, once you put this on there, I saw the build-up. You're right up. I watched it. I was pretty underwhelmed. I thought it was pretty lame, and it would have been cooler if they would have done the Wildcat thing, like walking around, "I'm not doing this," and then they snapped it, or maybe even threw it to Mahomes if he ran out on a route. That would have been cool. I thought it was pretty lame.
Really?
Yep.
I found it greasy, hilarious, and also a waste. You do this now against the Raiders, who are wretched. Save it for a better opponent.
Juvenile. What Greg said. What were you trying to do? If it's a creative scheme where you're actually putting some action into play that I've never seen before, I'm in. Just yelling and swearing and trying to make it, and then getting back under center, out.
Yeah, do like a hidden ball trick sort of thing. Like, I like the acting part of it, but to just then get under center again and just snap it, I was like, that's it.
Adam Sandler, longest yard. They did a better play than that.
He and they are willing to do whatever it takes to win. I can appreciate that.
You know how I would describe it? Chess checkers. If Brady did that, tell me what we would be getting.
That was the balls. That was unbelievable.
Tell me. Dundero, who wears short little shorts to begin with his nuts hanging out, wouldn't even be wearing shorts for like 2 straight weeks. You'd be pleasuring yourself for 2 straight weeks about chess checkers, and look at them one step ahead and making the Raiders look like idiots. You know what you'd be doing.
They were immature. I prefer an actual play.
Did you see Mahomes' no-look pass also in that game?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Go look that up.
Okay.
Oh, my
also
God.
cool, but again, wasted on the Raiders.
It wouldn't go down for 2 straight weeks. And I'm sorry, Martha had to walk by as I was saying that. Go ahead, next.
Call HR.
You beat the Saints, and Spencer Rattler took a dump on your face.
Very graphic description. There have been a ton of quarterback resurrection stories in the NFL recently. We all know them. Daniel Jones is the latest, joining Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, among others.
Don't forget Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, put him on the list. Where would be the best landing place for Tua Tagovailoa to find his second chance?
The spot that everybody should go to, but especially quarterbacks who need a lot of help and they need timing. Kyle Shanahan. He should replace Mac Jones with Kyle Shanahan.
Or with Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but to play in Kyle Shanahan's offense in San Francisco is to get injured, and Tua can't afford that. So go where everything needs to be right for him. Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota Vikings, a lot of weapons there. Jefferson, Addison, others go to Minnesota.
Good one, Murray.
I'm going to say a backup for the L.A. Chargers. I don't want him around another offensive nerd. I want him around a former player. They run the ball a lot. That might protect his health. I think the nice weather in L.A. Chargers.
By the way, can we just mention the fact that Tua really didn't have a chance in Miami? They never had an offensive line, like ever. This is like Colts level with Andrew Luck. Like just incompetence as far as putting a functional offensive line together. He's never had one. Not even close. All of those guys are bums that they bring in there.
Stu, next.
And by the way, your offensive coordinator, Greg Bedard, is a moron.
Speaking of which, this is really just for Greg and his, I think, good insight into Josh McDaniels. I've heard you say, Greg, that Josh McDaniels would not consider a major college job. Why not?
First of all, I don't know if I exactly put it like that. I said I doubt that he would.
Because in the past he hasn't been interested.
Yes, there in the past there have been some overtures for major college jobs.
Why do you think?
NIL, transfer portal, and dealing with boosters. I don't think he has any interest. He just wants to coach a football team. Do
you think there's a chance, given Drake May's emergence, that he gets another sniff in the NFL?
Not anytime soon.
Next.
No one should be all that surprised. That's a good D.
Tool bag question. Who is the biggest tool bag Cleveland Brown of all time?
Art Modell.
Kellen Winslow Jr. I'm an effing soldier and a sexual deviant who I think went to prison, but I always thought he was a tool bag even prior to that.
Jimmy Haslam should never have given Deshaun Watson that contract.
No consideration for Bill Belichick?
Oh, right. That's a good one.
I didn't think he was a tool bag as much there.
Oh, he was. You just didn't pay close enough attention.
Yeah.
Next.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You poisonous, propagandist a-hole.
Fitting, yeah.
Number 4, who is your favorite Cleveland Brown of all time?
Joe Thomas, one of the best left tackles of all time.
I loved some of their wide receivers from 20 years ago, Dennis Northcutt, Braylon Edwards, but Myles Garrett is so good now that I'm going with Myles Garrett.
I loved William Green.
He was a good running,
He was a good running back. He had a bad career in the NFL. I think he got stabbed by his fiance, but
that's unfortunate.
Yep, William Green.
Ozzie Newsome. Next. Ding.
You beat the Saints, and Spencer Rattler took a dump on your face.
There's been a big debate recently over PFF grades. Greg, I don't know if you've partaken in this, or whether or not they should be a part of NFL telecasts. A lot of players are pushing back. Chris Collinsworth, who owns PFF, has gone on a very lengthy, sort of passionate defense of his company and his grading system, and been talking about how much money he's put into it. And it's been a big sort of debate. In fact, J.J. Watt recently said that the grades were completely made up. Watt went on to say, quote, "I know defensive line play unbelievably well. I could not go and grade a game for a player and give him a definitive grade without speaking to him, his coach, learning the scheme, everything. PFF has a ton of great stuff. However, player grading sucks. Stop putting it out." Do you agree or disagree?
So I agree with the telecast portion of it. And, obviously J.J. Watt knows what he's talking about. I do think look, PFF is just a tool to use. It shouldn't be an ultimate tool. It shouldn't be up on there on the telecast and being like, Craig Woodson's like the, 47th safety in the NFL. Like that's,
Too high.
That's not fair, no matter what happened to him on that touchdown this past weekend. But, there is something to be said, and this is, sort of like how I do my grading, which is just, mine. It's just a blunt tool to give me an indication, like, was a player impactful in this game? Was he not? Did he have some tough plays? Obviously, I don't know for sure whether they were right or wrong, but as long as you're consistent, you grade consistently over, every game, years, then it gives you a tool to use. There's a lot of stuff that I don't really look at PFF grades because I don't, agree with some of the things that they do. There are a lot of good things that they use, but I think they should just be used as one tool. Don't put them up on telecast.
Like most things these days, PFF is probably a grift, but whatever. I want them around because they help arguments.
Yes.
Okay.
And if they don't, you ignore them.
Yeah.
Absolute crock, as we saw in the clip that Jimmy sent, that what's his name on the Raiders was a higher grade than Patrick Mahomes. Geno Smith was a high, and they lost 31-0. And Greg had Garrett Bradbury as a down, but he was the second highest rated guy on PFF from the game against the Titans.
So I find it valuable for line play. I can tell what a receiver does, and the passing game stuff, I think, generally speaking, lay fans and the line play. Look, when I covered the team, I had to focus on it. I got it, but I don't really even want to get it. Now, you know what? I want someone to tell me.
But if you watch a guy get blown by and then you see the number later, it's like a 35-5. You're like, "Ooh, I knew he sucked that game." It does.
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, one instance, in my time covering the Patriots, like Vince Wilfork consistently graded high for me. He always graded terrible on PFF. But
you know stats.
Because you can't compare a two-gapper and one to, a three technique, Aaron Donald in another system.
Well, I found it. I don't know. I felt like you might have asked this question. I just read it on the transcript. But the play in this Titans game where they sent a corner blitz in the second half, and Will Campbell totally went inside for almost double teaming a guy inside and just allowed this corner to tee off on Drake May. He got the ball out, but it was a bad quarterback hit. I want to blame Will Campbell, but I don't know. Was May supposed to pick that up?
Right.
Was he supposed to keep the back end? Well, someone asked Vrabel at the very end of his press conference.
It was Taylor Kyles asked him.
So good job, Kyles. He asked him directly, and Vrabel said, "Oh, no." He didn't say these words, but the answer was basically, no, that was Will Campbell. We've got to protect that. So, that's helpful, but I feel a lot of times with that line play, you almost have to ask, and the coach has to be willing to answer for you to know what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, and the good thing about, covering this team for a while and also covering the league is, I've had the ability over years. There will be a handful of plays in a game where I'm like, yeah, I can't really tell what happened, but I have the ability to check with people, and they'll help me because they want the correct information out there. They will help me on background to be like, as much as they can to be like, that we should have done better at that.
Okay. Admittedly, maybe a little too much on PFF grades. Next.
And by the way, your offensive coordinator, Greg Bedard, is a moron.
Number 2, should Shedeur Sanders be starting in Cleveland right now?
No, because the coaches don't think he should be, and so there's a reason for that. He's not ready, and he will get a chance when he is ready, or if the owner steps in and says he's playing.
Well, don't you think that might be part of the issue?
Yeah, so for me, for entertainment and buzz sake, yes. Start Shedeur Sanders over Dylan Gabriel. Who cares?
No, from a football perspective, no. He's the quintessential celebrity quarterback. I don't know if he has the work ethic or ability to lead. I don't even know if he's good on the field. No.
I think the coaches might be purposely burying him because the coaches didn't want him and didn't select him. He was forced on them by the owner, and this is a coach's way of saying we Jimmy Haslam, we determine who plays football and who doesn't. I think that Sanders is a victim of that sort of interplay. Just an opinion. He should be playing. Next.
No one should be all that surprised. That's a good D.
Should his father be coaching the Browns?
Absolutely.
Or anywhere in the NFL, should Deion Sanders be an NFL head coach?
Absolutely, just for the entertainment factor alone. We need more entertainment from the coaches.
For entertainment and buzz sake, yes, just like his kid.
No, what has he ever proved as a coach other than he can take Travis Hunter from the SEC? I don't think he's a good coach.
I disagree. All the completely useless, bumbling bums that we have in this league, Deion Sanders doesn't deserve a crack, but this dope in Tennessee who just took
Brian
over his
Callahan.
second crack, like not the guy that just got
Mike
fired,
McCoy.
the guy that took
Oh,
over,
Mike McCoy.
conceded the first half. Like all the morons that we see on a weekly basis, Deion Sanders does not deserve a chance over one of those guys, Dundero. Yes, he does.
Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach
Oh my
of the
God,
Dallas
give
Cowboys.
me a break. All right,
Come on.
I'm sorry. Way late. Here's an update with Dundero, and we're right back.